Okay, here we are. Here we go. Let's get into it. Welcome back to another episode of Kickin' and Politicking with Kwan, with me, your boy Kwan. And today we're talking about one of the most heavily debated and discussed topics in all of America. Everybody has their own thoughts and opinions, but let's get into the actual factual on the right to bear arms. Some people say the Second Amendment guarantees the right to own as many as they want. Other people say that it's the reason why we have so many problems today. But what does the Second Amendment actually say within the Constitution? A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. When this law was written in the 1700s, America did not have a professional army. The people were expected to form a militia in case of any impending threats. Guns were usually used for hunting and food, survival. And over time, courts ruled that these rights applied to individuals and not just militias. So today, Americans are able to legally own firearms. However, it varies by state to state and city to city what those local rules are, such as requiring background checks, permits, or limits on certain weapons. So, Second Amendment means I can own any gun I want, no matter what, right? Absolutely TF not. Courts have ruled that the government can put in place rules to what you can and cannot own, which is why you don't see people walking around with bazookas on their back. Okay, then I'm just going to read up on the rules and call my boys in Oshkosh, Nashville, and Albuquerque, and we're going to form an international gun club. And that would be a great idea if it wasn't a dumb idea, because local laws differ from state to state, which is why North Carolina rules are different than Californian rules. It's up to the government to set those parameters. Well, I believe that every person in every household should own a gun. More guns means more safety in communities. In a lot of neighborhoods and a lot of communities, more guns means more shootings, which means more funerals. And that's just no bueno. This is why it's such a heavily debated and touchy topic to discuss. The real skinny is guns are just a part of daily life in America. For a lot of families, it means protection, and for other families, it's just a reminder of all the violence that we've seen too much. The Second Amendment is often debated by courts and politicians. However, it's the underserved communities that are affected the most, whether it be gun violence on the streets or the lack of resources to prevent it. That's why it's important to know that legally owning a gun comes with a lot of responsibilities. Illegally owning a gun comes with a lot of charges. And knowing your rights can protect you from illegal searches or charges in the future. So let me put you on game. If you choose to own a gun, get a permit, know where you can and can't carry. If you choose not to carry, know your rights. If police stop you, they cannot search you without your consent unless they have probable cause. Second Amendment is all about knowing your rights, but it's also about knowing your responsibilities. If you're under 18, a gun charge can and will follow you for the rest of your life. So please, like, you hear the music talking about putting a drum, a switch, a button on whatever, dog, like, don't do it. Just don't do it. Don't even play like that. The system is waiting for you to slip up. Don't even give them an opportunity. And that goes for people above the age of 18 as well. So knowing and understanding this right specifically literally means life or death. Hit that follow button because we're breaking down all of our rights in an easily digestible way. And if you're in favor of North Carolina, an election is coming up. Vote for your boy.